guys, Chad here from Seeing Our Reviews. So we're doing another size and feature comparison video, and we have the Beretta Nano 9mm subcompact, and it's going to be versus today the Sig P238. Now a lot of people are going to go, whoa, 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 they're two entirely different guns. This is a 380 and this is a 9mm. Well, we like to do the comparison so that way you guys know about size, and size is really important. Also the features of the guns, and maybe you own a P238, you're looking to go to a 9mm, just a little bit more powerful round. Or maybe you own a 9mm subcompact, or maybe a full size, and you want to go down to a smaller gun, and maybe these are your two choices. So that's why we're doing this video today. We have a ton of videos already on the P238, so if you want to know more about it, check it out. The Nano is brand new for us. We had a ton of requests, so we decided we were able to get it for a great price, and we decided to pick one up. So let's do a feature comparison of this. This is the, like I said, brand spanking new. This gun's been only out for less than a year, at least as far as availability goes. And let's talk about what the gun comes with and the features of it. It comes with two 6-round magazines. Very nice magazines. Thank you, Beretta, for giving you two. It's very nice to be able to carry an extra mag, especially when you need it. Nice 3-dot combat sights, and the sights to me are phenomenal on this gun. Other than that, it's very limited on features. As you can see, it's missing a slide lock. It has a very interesting takedown lever. It actually has just a little flathead area. They actually want you to stick a casing in there to take down the gun. So how do you lock the gun back? Well, you have to have an empty mag in there to lock the slide back. To release the slide, you either need a full magazine, fully loaded, or you need to remove the mag and then you can drop the slide. Let's look at the trigger on this gun. It's very similar to a Glock. It's got the little nub on there. You have a really long trigger pull and a nice crisp, clean break. Trigger takes some time to get used to, but when you do, this gun is very accurate. I was very impressed with the accuracy of it, even at a little bit further range and further distances. Other than that, you have a polymer frame, and then it's a very simplistic design. The gun, as far as size-wise, reminds me of a Car CM9. So if you're familiar with that gun, you'll know, and actually check out our size and feature comparison of those two. You'll see they're very similar. Now we have the Sig Sawyer, or Sauer, however the hell you want to pronounce it, Sig P238. Again, this is a little 380. This is the dual tone version, just the standard. This is not the HD model. The gun comes with one 6-round magazine. You do have an option of buying an extended mag, which you can do, and it has a little finger plate, so you can actually fit all 3 fingers on there. But I've found this gun to be one of the nicest shooting guns that I have ever shot. The recoil is very manageable, especially for only having your 2 fingers on there. The gun shoots very well, it's very accurate. As far as features go, this is very similar to a little 1911. That's actually very loosely based on it. You have 3-dot combat sights. They are night sights. They're tritium-filled SIG light night sights. You have an exterior safety here, which if you're familiar with the 1911, it's identical. Other than that, no barrel bushing in the front. It's just a very simple takedown. You pull the slide lock as the takedown lever, and the gun comes apart. Very nice, well-built gun. This guy is wearing a pair of Hogue grips that I prefer on this gun. Makes it really nice and comfortable to shoot. And so as far as weight goes, when we compare the weight, you'll see that's going to be one of the differences. It's going to add some weight to the gun because of those Hogue grips. Other than that, it is a great quality weapon, and I have really enjoyed shooting it. Let's go ahead and let's do a size comparison of these two. Remember, the Sig has a small little beaver tail on the end, so it's going to be a little bit longer than what a lot of people are going to think at first. So as you can see, the Nano is just a tad bit longer, and I'd say it's probably less than 1/4 of an inch in length. As far as width goes, the Nano is going to be thicker than the Sig. The Sig is very thin. It has a very thin profile. But when you get to the back, you'll see, because I've added the Hogue grip, the Sig is actually thicker. And I hope that's coming through on the video. I'm sorry guys, I got a lot of sunlight coming in right now. These are both single stack mags, but because of that Hogue grip, it adds some thickness to the base, but it also makes it very comfortable to shoot. Let's look at the height differences. Remember, you have 380 versus 9mm. They both have very similar capacity though, but as you can see, the Nano is just going to be a little bit taller. And that's just because the Sig mag actually sits inside of the handle. It actually almost disappears into the grip. This guy actually sits up and out of the grip. So that adds a little bit. Plus, remember, 9mm versus 380. So let's quickly do a, or actually before I get to the weight comparison, I forgot to touch on something. The Sig is a single action, which means that you don't have a long pull. It's basically like a 1911. Once the gun is cocked, you have a very nice, crisp, clean break. Now the weight on this is about 7.5 to 8 pounds, but you really don't notice it, and the trigger really breaks in nice. We've got, gosh, probably over 1,000 rounds through this little guy. The trigger has really become awesome on it. Okay, so let's weigh them. Let's see how much these guys weigh. And you got a scale here. Make sure it goes to 0. It's set on ounces. And how we weigh our guns is we don't weigh them unloaded. We weigh them with the capacity of the gun. So this one would be 6 + 1 for a total of 7 rounds. So let's load this guy up. And we have a total of 22.9 ounces in weight. Now, I have concealed this gun. I've been keeping it in my pocket and stuff just to see how well it does. It does phenomenally well. Now, the Sig, remember, is also a 6 + 1. So I've got some little 380 rounds here. And these are, I believe, a 90 grain. Now, the grainage is going to make a huge difference, guys. If you're going to be weighing the Nano, and let's say you use it with 90 grain power balls, the gun's going to be lighter. If you use it with 147 grain, the gun's going to be heavier. So it all depends on what round you're using. Okay, so we have a total of 7 rounds, and a total weight, gun, 6-round mag, and bullets, 7 rounds, 17.3 ounces. So the Nano is going to be over 5 ounces heavier than the P238, which, you know what, this guy is very easily concealable. If you're looking for a great summer carry, I would really recommend this guy. But let's talk about price. Now, price comes into the category. It's one of the most important factors when you're buying a gun. A lot of people base their purchase of the weapon solely off the price. They could care less what features the gun has. And in this scenario, you can almost get 2 of these for the price of 1 of these. But you can find these also on sale. Now, the 238's been around for a few years now, and I was able to purchase this guy for $409. It was a screaming deal. I got the little laser with it and everything, and I've never seen it cheaper. But it only comes with 1 magazine. The magazines are very expensive. I believe I spent $50 for this one, for the extended mag. And yeah, I wish Sig had thrown in an extra mag, but for that price I can't complain, because I've seen these guys go all the way up into the 600s. And I'm talking like $650 or more, depending on who you're buying them from and which version you get. They've got a whole bunch of different versions. They got custom ones that have little gambling crap on there, rainbow colored, little flower crap, whatever you want, they've got them, and you will pay the price. They are very expensive, and like I said, these can easily reach up close to $700. Now the Beretta Nano we picked up for $379. I've seen these guys go as high as $450, and it all depends on who you're buying it from. This is not one of the first production runs. We actually waited because we had heard some issues with the gun, and so this is the second production run where they don't have the little tapered barrel here on the slide. The first production runs, it actually, the barrel dipped in, or the chamber was a little bit shorter, and it dipped down where you could actually see the barrel. And this is not one of those. We waited a little bit, and because we waited, I think we got a great price. Like I said, $379, and I've seen these at Cabela's go as high as $450, on sale like $420. So make sure you shop the mom and pop shops before you hit the big box stores. You may be pleasantly surprised. They don't have the same type of inventory that the big box stores do, but you can save a ton of money if you are patient. So guys, that's just a real quick size, feature, price, and weight comparison between these two. As far as reliability goes, the Sig has been pretty much flawless. We have really enjoyed this gun, and like I said, we're over 1,000 rounds. I've shot reloads out of it, I've shot all kinds of crap out of it, and it has functioned phenomenally well, and it's very accurate. It's actually my choice for a summer carry gun because it is so light. The Nano, like I said, I've been carrying it lately just to see how well it does conceal, and it does conceal very well, even though it is 5 ounces heavier than the Sig. I'm able to throw it in my shorts and it just disappears. We have had some issues as far as reliability goes within the first 150 rounds. We've experienced 6 failure to ejects. We will be doing a future review once we get at least 150 more rounds through the gun. We're going to be pumping some more rounds just to make sure it's not user error, that it is in fact the gun. Because remember, these lighter subcompacts, the recoil is a little bit more aggressive than a full size, so you really have to make sure you're not limp wristing or anything like that. So we will be testing more, but as of right now, 6 failure to ejects within 150 rounds, and I used 3 different types of ammo. I've heard some issues with ammo, cheaper ammo with this gun, that it maybe is an issue. So we've shot American Eagle, Blazer Brass, Cellar and Velvet. We will be shooting MagTech and Arms Core out of it as well, just to make sure it's not us. So other than that, guys, check out both these guns. We have a ton of videos already on the 238, so if you want to know more about it, check out our channel. We will have a ton of videos coming out on the Beretta Nano, so stay with our channel if you want to know more about it. And if you have any questions regarding either one of them, maybe you want to know more about the mag capacity, maybe you want to know more about weight, maybe you want to know more about components, that's why we're here. We're here to help you. And this is Chad from CNR Reviews. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a good day.